What's good, YouTube? Because of Kobe here. So, we're diving into a request from Andrew here. This one is Depeche Mode. Enjoy the silence. I have heard of Depeche Mode. I am believing that everybody has probably heard of Depeche Mode, but what I haven't done is listen to all of their music. I've heard like a few of the hit songs. Enjoy the silence, 7.5 minutes long. I've definitely never heard a 7.5 minute long song from them, so this is new for me. Excited to check out some Depeche Mode because, like I said, the few things I have heard from them, the more like radio play kind of stuff, has been really good. I like the vibe of it, so I'm excited to check out a song for you, Andrew. Thank you for requesting this. It's live in Berlin. If you guys are new here, go ahead and subscribe for me. We talk about mental health, addiction, world issues, everything in between. Break down all the lyrics, the instrumentations. It's a great time, positive vibes. If you guys are going through anything in your life, whether it be mental health or addiction, or you're just going through things and you don't have anybody that you feel like you can talk to about it, if you're comfortable with it, leave it down in the comments or join us in the live chats during the premieres and ask for some advice. There's plenty of people here with life experience. I'm a recovering alcoholic that just passed a year, and we all have plenty of advice we can offer you on how to get yourself through those mental health and addiction issues. Or if you're just struggling and feel alone and need to vent, feel free to leave it down in the comments. We have plenty of advice that could benefit you and point you in the right direction. So do not hesitate to ask for help. It's important to ask for help when you're going through things. Nobody should have to deal with the troubles of life alone. Everybody should have somebody that they can talk to, whether it's here in the comments on YouTube or in real life. If you have to turn to the comments here, that is perfectly fine. Not everybody has the opportunity to have nice people around that offer good advice. So sometimes it's great to have places like this, and I appreciate you guys building this community with me and being here for each other. It's beautiful to see you guys interact with each other in the comments and see the way that you're here for each other. It means the whole world to me that we could build something like this on here. It's been my dream for a long time, and we are making the thing happen. I appreciate the fuck out of you guys. Andrew, thank you for the request. We're going to get into this one. I'm Vakasa Kabi. A reaction video a day or 3. Keep the doctor away. Fuck those apples. This is Depeche Mode. Enjoy the silence. Whoa. That was like a red dot going off, right? You guys know what I'm saying. Whoa, that switch there. It felt like a jump, right? It was like a skip effect that they had there with the way they jumped it like that. I like it. I like the slow build up with the beautiful lighting. The crowd is jeering, man. The crowd is feeling it. They're so excited. I like the boogie of this a whole lot. It's so techno-y and like dancey. That's what I expected from Depeche Mode, from the few things I've heard from them. That is the vibe that they've always had. Very new wave-ish, right? Got that kind of electronic new wave vibe to it, even in the vocals. I love the fucking, I really like the guitar. Like, it's so laid back in the mix that you have to listen closely to fucking hear exactly what it's doing, but it's high up on the fretboard. He's using the higher notes, and he's got this really just like swaying back and forth kind of picking pattern going on with interesting chords. It matches what's going on with the keyboard and the techno section of it. He matched his chord structure to that, and he played it up on the high end, and we have so many different octaves happening all at the same time with those similar notations that the layers to this are ridiculous. I really like this a whole lot. I know the chorus of this song, right? I do know the chorus of this song, and I've heard certain sections of it inside of movies. I've never gone and listened to this whole song before. You guys recommend a lot of these older, like, new wavy songs. If it's a new wavy kind of song, there's a chance that I've heard it in passing, because a lot of people around me listen to new wave, and I've watched a lot of movies that had these kind of songs in it. I've heard this a lot of places, but I've never listened to the full 7.5 minutes of it. And now that I look at the words a little bit more than what I would in passing, wow, this is gonna be a deep one right here. I love the vibe of this. I know after the vocals started, I was like, this sounds strangely familiar once it started to build towards the vocals. Once that started, I was like, I've heard this in passing so many times. I didn't realize this song was 7.5 minutes long. I thought it was just like a regular 3 minute song. That's fucking awesome. I love it. I love the vibe. His voice is just as good live. He sounds exactly the same, really. He just has more of a rawness to a little bit of a rawness to it, a more natural sound than in the studio, obviously. A little less effects on it. But his tone is exactly the same. You can tell that there's no alteration on that when it comes to the recording because it matches perfectly live. So words like violence break the silence, come crashing in into my little world. Painful to me, pierce right through me, can't you understand, oh my little girl? All I ever wanted, all I ever needed is here in my arms. Words are very unnecessary, they can only do harm. Wow. Sheesh. That is so deep. That's love right there. That's a description of painful kind of love, right? Words like violence break the silence. Man, yeah, words can feel that way sometimes. Crashing into my little world, he said. Painful to me, pierce right through me. Nice wordplay. I like the descriptors. Don't have to say much to say a whole lot at all when it comes to emotion. And he's describing like a very painful kind of love right here. Man, all I ever needed is here in my arms. Words are very unnecessary. They can only do harm. It's like that sometimes. Yeah, sometimes there isn't anything to be said in certain things, certain situations, or just whatever in life. Sometimes words don't need to be said, just the moment needs to be there. You know what I mean? It's like that. Imagine actually listening to this whole song. I'm gonna be amazed at like how wild of a song it actually is, because like I've only heard the singing sections of it that are used in like advertisements or inside of like a clip, right? If somebody uses it as background music in clips or in movies and stuff. Like I said, the whole 7.5 minutes, I didn't even realize this was that long of a song. I want to know what they did inside of that, because I've only heard the little segments of it here and there in passing. In this situation is so intense that the words don't, that they're trivial, right? They're the small thing, essentially, in this situation because of the feeling. Pleasures remain, but so does the pain. The words are meaningless and forgettable. Same. Yeah, I agree with that statement right there. Pleasures remain, so does the pain. It's saying you have all the good memories and the good times and stuff that you remember, and you aren't unhappy when you look back at that. But then the pain of how it all ended up comes and stays. Words are meaningless and forgettable. It's saying it doesn't matter what the hell you ever said to me, I could forget that after some time passes and just live. But the pleasure and the pain from the situation will always sit inside of my soul as a lesson and something I learned in life and went through. Good on you, sir. This is brilliantly written. I didn't realize how deep. I knew that the words were like deep. Obviously, it's used in a lot of instances for things that are more on a deep note when it comes to being used as background music in like shorts or in movies or whatever like that. It tends to be a deep kind of scenario going on. when it comes to this song and the clips that are used from it a lot. Because this is a very popular song for people to use in anything at all. This song's all over the place, segments of it, right? That's probably, everybody would know this song if they heard it. They'd be like, oh shit, this is what it's called, right? I've heard this all over the place. Like I said, the little clips of it. But it's so deep, and looking at it from less surface level and less of a passing level, this is very well written, and it's a great song. I appreciate this a whole lot more now that we're diving into it and actually analyzing the words and the meaning inside of it. Wow, very well written and beautiful vibe. I love the vibe of it. Had heard the whole song before. This would be the first time I ever heard it live, and live is, I feel like I'm glad that I heard this live version for the full 7.5 before the studio version, right? I feel like I'm enjoying this more than I would have the full studio version, 7.5 minutes long of just live, and their energy and crowd participation, lighting, it's all so on point. Perfect representation of the vibe that this song has. It's like they took the emotion and placed it on that stage, especially with the lighting. The lighting has been super beneficial to adding into the emotion of this performance. And then once the crowd started singing that whole section there, the words are very unnecessary part, it was just so wholesome of an experience when you see him light up because the crowd's fucking singing along. I love it. It's like taking a painful kind of song and creating a beautiful experience out of it, and I really like that. That's one of my favorite things about music, is we can take painful experiences and then make stuff like this happen just by letting. I don't know if you guys have noticed yet, but YouTube actually has its fucking like own lighting thing going on too in the background, like where all of the numbers and stuff are. If you watch it, the colors change there too while videos are playing. I think that's new. I think that's a new thing. I haven't quite noticed that. I don't know when that started, but that's a thing that happens that I notice now on YouTube, is when music is playing, the fucking background is shifting colors. There was no feedback when he did that. That's cool. It's cool that they did that. I wasn't expecting him to get up that close to the guitar with the microphone. That's awesome as hell right there. I like it. I love the vibe of this, man. I really love the vibe of this song a whole lot. I've never listened to the whole fucking thing. I wish I would have sooner, because like I said in passing, it's always been super catchy. The words are very unnecessary part is the thing that you hear everywhere. It's all over the place. Very famous section of a song is the words are very unnecessary part. People love to put that all over the place. It's used in so many things, like I said. The full live version of this with the lighting and everything, their stage presence, he sang up against the guitar at the end, which is fucking awesome right there. I love that he got like right up on it like that. Fucking amazing stage presence. So much energy. I thought he was gonna make himself fall when he started spinning a whole bunch. He started to feel like Jim Morrison for a second there. He was channeling his inner Jim, right? We all gotta do that from time to time, spin ourselves around in a few circles. It happens. Right? That's life. It be like that sometimes, right? Oh man, I love this performance. This was fucking awesome. Andrew, thank you for requesting this. I'm really glad that I finally got to listen to the full 7 minutes of this fucking song in a performance, let alone, right? I would love that it was a performance. I think it added a whole lot more to the experience than just listening to it would have been. Like I said, that lighting and the crowd participation so on point. You guys know I love when the crowds get involved and just sing whole sections of songs, and we got that for 2 sections of the song in this one. Very awesome of him to give them that moment to shine and have their beautiful voices be heard inside of this performance. They sounded wonderful. The crowd was amazing. I love every aspect of this. Everybody killed it. Like the fucking whoever was in charge of all the keyboard and the techno going on, fantastic job. The drummer is insane. What he did for the ending jam of this song, all the fill work, he's so damn good. Really, really good fill work. I was so impressed by the fill work. That little drum solo he did to carry them into the end. It was more than a little drum solo. It was a fucking epic drum solo, right? Fucking awesome right here. This song is amazing. I love this performance. I'm glad you selected this specific performance, Andrew. I understand why you did. It makes total sense. Right up our alley, filled with lighting. You knew I was gonna lose my mind over the lighting. I already know you did. So let's let the last 15 seconds play out and see what we get here. Beautiful. Is it a deep red? Nice. That fade into the deep red was a perfect transition, right? It was a beautiful way to dial that back at the very, very end. Super sudden, but very wonderful way to balance it. Instead of just shifting immediately to black, they switch it to the deep red and allow it to settle into the black. Very, very nice there, like a little downslope with the lighting. I like that effect right there. Very cool. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I know I did. This was fucking awesome right here. The original video will be in the description as always. Subscribe to Depeche Mode. Support all the artists we have on the channel. That's what we do this for. Get the music out into the world, relate it to our own lives, and we have positive discussions about all of the things we go through in life and all of the issues going on in the world right now. Like I said in the beginning, and like I say in every video, if you're going through something and feel like you don't have anyone to talk to, leave it down in the comments. Join us in the premieres for the live chats. Come hang out. Come share some positive vibes. Cheer yourself up. Let us know what you're going through. There's a community here that cares a lot about people, and we have the life experience to be able to help people through our own survival of what we've been through and how we got through those things. I appreciate that we have that on here. It's beautiful. I'm extremely grateful to be on here doing this with you guys, and it's a blessing every single day to come hang out with you guys for a little bit and get to know you better and jam out to some awesome fucking music. You guys recommend the best music ever. I swear, I love it all. You haven't recommended bad music at all. We've just gotten into amazing songs on here with deep meanings and an awesome instrumentation of every genre, every style, every all countries, right? We have gone to different languages in many instances. We've really dove into everything on here, and I'm extremely grateful for it. Thank you guys so much. We're going to get out of here. I'm Vakasa Kavi. A reaction video a day or 3. Keep the doctor away. Fuck those apples. Leave a like for me, comment those suggestions, subscribe up this way, bang the notification bell for me. I'll see you guys in the next ones. I love you so much. Thank you for everything. Have a beautiful one. Peace.